Let's go check out the Cutwater 32.
So yeah, I'm sure he had a good time.
It's brand new. I got to actually drive this boat a week ago. It is so sweet with those twin 300s. Throttles are so smooth, so much horsepower. Boat puts you back in your seat. Gorgeous boat. Cutwater 32. It's the coupe, not the command bridge. Plenty of room for more solar panels, but Val's got the generators, so he's covered. This is actually really nice with the air conditioning.
Soft flooring, and of course I don't have the extensions on the.
I like this really big wraparound stand.
What size are your engines?
300s.
You have two 300s?
Yeah, I have a 302. Same as it. Same boat as it. It's a 19.
Close your eyes, hear the voice within, calling this heavy.
Down here at the Ranger Tug Rendezvous. There's like, I don't know, 200 plus boats down here. And we're on a brand new Cutwater 32 with Val. And Val had an RT-27 outboard, just like my boat. And he said, wasn't big enough, need a bigger boat, and needed a faster boat. So I got to test drive his boat last week. Oh my God, right? You hit those throttles, that 600 horse, that boat gets you back in your seat so smooth. And he's got power steering on top of that, which I will be looking into for my boat, maybe a future upgrade. But let's go start taking a tour of the Cutwater 32 and ask Val why he upgraded.
Well, hi Martin, hi LaZina. We love the Ranger Tug, our RT-27 outboard, and it has one 300 horsepower Yamaha engine, and we thought if one 300 horsepower Yamaha engine is great, then two is better. So we went with two Yamaha 300 horsepowers, and it really is incredibly different. And not only the power, but you can steer it using both engines, which Martin did professionally. And you also have the bow thruster and the stern thruster, so you can actually park it like a cruise ship sideways. So it's pretty cool, and it's 10 feet wide versus 8.5 feet, and that also really adds to the stability when we're out in the waves. And it's longer, so 32 plus a 7-foot swim platform.
And you boat in Chesapeake Bay primarily, right?
That's right. We're from Fairfax, Virginia, and we had our Ranger Tug on the Occoquan River. It's only 15 minutes away from our house, and we would boat down the Occoquan River to the Potomac River. And you can turn left on the Potomac River and go visit all the historical sites like Mount Vernon, George Washington, National Harbor, Alexandria, or Georgetown. So it's pretty cool going that way. Or you turn right and go down to the Chesapeake Bay. And there you've got Chesapeake Bay. You can go all the way up to Baltimore or Annapolis, St. Mary's. So it's a really interesting boating area, different than here. You guys have really deep water here, and we commonly boat in 4 or 5 feet of water, 4, 5, 6 feet of water, and it doesn't bother us at all.
With like 2 feet of tide swing.
2 feet of tide, yeah, that's a big tide swing.
We're at 16 feet of tide swing, at least 12 foot a day usually.
Yeah.
Very different waterways. And this is the luxury edition, so you've got air conditioning and you've got a generator.
Yeah.
So solar, Val doesn't care much about. It just turns on the gas generator.
That's right. Yeah. Sorry, Martin. Martin did all this work on upgrading his batteries and solar panels and everything, and we don't have to worry about that because the only thing is that the generator starts off the thruster battery. And I mean, if we ever needed to, if the thruster battery's dead, we could always parallel it to come off either the house or the engine batteries. But yeah, it has an engine generator that's just fantastic, and it powers everything. You can turn your microwave on, your stove, your electric grill, air conditioning. It can handle it all at the same time. So we're really happy with that. And it uses gasoline, so it's the same tank as
One
the
fuel.
Yamaha engine.
You don't have to carry one fuel.
Don't have to do diesel.
Which is unique because the Northwest Edition, we've got a diesel tank on our RT27. It's 5.5 gallons of diesel or kerosene, but it is 2 different fuels to have to run.
What else? Yeah, what Martin really liked is it has power steering, 3
Power steering
levels,
are cool.
low, medium, high, so you can turn the wheel, you know, in even tough conditions with one finger. That's really nice. And I have 2 Garmin screens, which Martin really would
I
like.
like this.
Radar on one or Navchar on the other, or radar overlay on both of them, which Martin likes to do.
Val's wife and co-owner of the boat, and I like this boat much better because the 27 was just too small for us. We're kind of big people, and you know, we needed that extra beam width. This is a 10-foot beam, so it's easier to get up to the bow, and it's just a smoother ride. But we'll start with the interior here. This is the refrigerator. In fact, we've got basically 3 refrigerators. One out there, which we just use for storage.
Cockpit fridge.
Yep,
We got one of them too. I love
that's
the
my
cockpit
water.
fridge.
Yeah, water
Hot.
and
It's our great cooler.
Cokes.
Yep.
And then we have a microwave, and this is a convection oven as well as a regular oven, and a microwave, and an air fryer. I mean, it's like 10 different modes, so we haven't tried them all yet, but the microwave for heating water at least works. And then we have a 2-burner stove, and this is electric. And in the R27, I believe it was propane. Propane. So that's much nicer to not have to carry propane for the safety reasons. And then we have a sink here, and it's big enough for us. We don't cook a whole lot. And you can put this down. And you can put this down.
Yeah, that's a
Really heavy.
really cool cutwater feature right there.
And
That's like my favorite spot.
You can do
And you can pile everything on there, huh, Judy?
Yeah, and you can then use this. Wait, there's a little clasp back here. And put this down, and then you've got either prep space, or you know, you could have like a little hors d'oeuvre appetizer.
Set up your bar. Cool.
Lots of
So
countertop space.
that's nice, and then of course, you know, this chair flips just as in the R27, so that you can make a bed here. I'd say somebody maybe 5'10". We haven't tried it yet, but and then down there is the quarter berth, and it's bigger than it was in the 27. And I spent one night on the 27, and it was so small I couldn't turn over. And that was probably the part that I liked the least. And my head was always hitting the switches. So now they've moved the switches from the back bulkhead to over here. So that when you're sleeping, you don't run into it with your head. Yeah. And this comes up so that you can reach
Sorry
it.
about the mess.
Yeah.
It's not a mess.
But
Yeah, they have all the breakers
Yeah.
here on the 27.
Yep, and then you have
and our dog
That's nice.
would
I like
bump,
that.
bump the switches, so they're all here.
That'd be so much better for Melissa.
Yeah.
And it's much bigger. It's twice the width.
yeah,
Really.
so you can turn over.
You could sleep 2 adults.
Yeah, I
My issue
sleep
was that I
there.
couldn't turn over
Oh,
because
yeah.
right here there was some kind of box right here. Maybe it was the microwave on the 27, and so I just didn't have enough room to turn. This is a wine cooler, which we've never used, but I guess it could function as just a refrigerator, right, Val? I don't know.
Water bottles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
And then you know that
Of the
this
2 screens.
this
Yep.
reverses just as on the 27.
Yep.
Has a little light that I don't think they have on the 27. And a TV. I'm
TV?
not sure.
Yeah, that's
where
pretty
was
cool.
the TV, Val, on the 27. Was it
Oh,
in
it
here?
was in the V-berth.
In the V-berth.
Yeah,
Okay.
this one has 2 TVs.
Yeah, this
You have one in the
one's a little
Bieber or in your Berth
One
too?
in the V-berth, there's another one in
Yeah,
the V-berth.
moving on down then. The V-berth is much wider compared to the 27. And unfortunately, we've got a lot of stowage in here right now because we had to bring a lot of stuff like sleeping bags from the East Coast because it was a bare boat. But the Fusion is here and controls 4 zones. And then here's the other TV. And in both cases, it's just over the air reception, so it's not great. And that's why we want what you all did with the router and the
5G router up there with the Roku
Yeah.
TV. Then you can watch YouTube.
Yeah, and because we
Then you get to watch our channel in bed.
Yeah, and also we watch a lot of PBS, so that would be
Oh,
good.
yeah.
To have the Roku stick. Let's see what else. So there's little lights. There's
You wanna
overhead
show them the
lights here.
bathroom?
And then
different.
there's also a reading light there for when you're reading before you go to bed, which is nice. And I'm gonna slip back here so you can see the head.
So for your shower, you have to slide the plastic around it, correct?
Yeah, slide the plastic so you have a little more room than the 27, and also the toilet is bigger. I always thought the toilet in the R27 was a little small for us to maneuver in, but this bathroom's a little bit bigger and it
A
makes
lot
it a
bigger.
lot easier. Yeah, it helps to last. And I think it has a different toilet, this Tecna. I'm not sure
yeah.
what we had anymore. On the,
Demonstrate the toilet.
what did we have before?
It's a different brand, but
A different brand. It seems
or
to
let
work.
Martin push the button. Push the button.
right-hand side.
Right-hand button
Yeah.
once.
And you can lift the lid. It's not going to come out. No.
Let go.
That's like in an airplane. That is a lot different than ours.
Okay, maybe I do want to upgrade to the 32.
It's really cool.
Yeah,
So it does a
works
double
pretty well.
flush and fills.
Okay, she's gonna shut you in.
Instead of having to.
Yeah, and so far.
Come on, you don't get to use it.
So far,
Shower.
He's like, I just took a shower. Darn, I should have came over.
snap it right there. It's a real hard snap to do. Okay.
Whoops, sorry. Bye, Judy.
So you have privacy.
Yeah, lots of
And then
privacy.
during
and
the
stuff.
day, you put this back. I have a hard time with that particular snap. I don't know if it's because it's new and they're hard.
Yeah, those snaps will break in.
What else? There's storage right here, and with shelves.
We got a little curtain and everything.
Yeah, and a little curtain to hide the mess.
You spend the big bucks, you get all the frillies.
Yeah. So, and it's comfortable. I've been sleeping here with an air mattress and sleeping bag, and it's comfortable.
Oh, good.
Oh, and the heater and air conditioner. There's vents here so that you can control the heat and the AC in that corner. And there's also one that's in the quarter berth. Where you can either do the snowflake or the heat on the, what is that, a Weebasco?
Yeah, it's the same as on the
27. So the
except,
heating and the air conditioning.
except there's 2
This time.
units. There's a unit
Yeah.
for the front,
Yeah.
Weber, and there's a second unit for AC or heating this area. Yeah.
Other than it's a much smoother ride.
So on the Helm, very similar to the R27, it's just got more space. So it's got a bigger VHF radio, easier to see. For the knobs and stuff on it. 2 screens, which I really like. I wish I had 2 screens. Look like 8612s. Yamaha display set up for both engines. Autopilot. This is really cool. This is the power steering they added. I actually looked. I could add that to the R27. It's a bit spendy, but I'm going to be researching that because that was really nice. It just makes it easier to feel. I mean, the 27 moves are with the suicide knob and stuff, but power steering was definitely
Nice.
it was a nice to have. Yeah. He's got 2 balance stern thruster joysticks up there, and then he's got obviously the twin throttles. There's a button you can push where actually one throttle controls both engines, and they are so
That's
smooth.
nice.
They're so smooth to operate. Lenco electric Lenco electric tabs, just like the R27 had. I'm sure that can be outfitted to the Auto Glide as well. And then obviously the autopilot controls. These are actually pretty cool. I haven't talked much about these. I'll bring this up. I've got this on the R27 also. You could be back in the cockpit doing slow boating and tell you with the autopilot up here, and you can just in the cockpit, you can point this thing, go, and the boat will turn and go that way. And you can say, I want to go this way. Point, click, and it'll point and move the boat that way.
I haven't even tried
Yeah,
that.
so that's actually pretty fun, especially if you're like trolling. You wouldn't want to do it if you're going fast. And then all your switches and stuff up here for bilge pumps, wipers, anchor alarm, anchor lights, nav lights, windlass, horn. But that's one of the things I wish Ranger would do is, if nothing else, if they would just make the horn a red button so it stands out easy to see. But the other thing, I don't know if you noticed it, but I wish they'd have swapped these. This should have been up top. That'd been a recommendation I would have had, because I'm always hitting the standby and the engage, and in front of the steering wheel. And this, you rarely ever touch. You look at it, you don't ever touch it. It'd have been better if they'd have put this up top and that down bottom.
Yeah, you're right.
But no, I really like the two different screens. You have different ranges on your radars. You have all zoomed in close here and zoomed far out over here.
So you missed one way down there at the bottom.
Oh, that's
that's your spotlight.
Oh, you have a spotlight.
Yeah,
yeah.
You can remotely turn your spotlight, and you can. And one of the buttons, it does SOS. Automatically flashes SOS on your spotlight. Or the other button, it rotates from right to left automatically on its own. It just goes back and forth.
That's cool.
And then
That one, yeah. What's that one?
And then this has got to be the remote for the thrusters.
Yeah.
Balancer. So that way, if you were docking from the cockpit, you can use this to.
You're by yourself?
I didn't
Yeah.
know that either.
Yeah, you can step off the boat.
So you don't need Judy?
Don't even need to be on the boat. You could be on the dock, and you
That's
could
scary.
dock your boat.
You want to be on the boat. Don't be off the boat.
Your boat goes
Never
off.
floats away.
Batteries, you lose your batteries on your
Don't do
remote.
that. Yeah.
So you have 4 zones on the sound system, the Fusion. The bow, there's 2 speakers up there. The cockpit, the V-berth, there's 2 here. The cabin, there's 2 more speakers.
And
And
then
outside,
2
there's 2. And just like the Ranger Tug, you can control each zone, the volume on each zone. So that's pretty cool.
And the audio systems they do, I actually like, is that the way where they put the speakers and stuff. It gives you music, but it's not like wakeboard tower, big bass amplifier kind of music.
Yeah.
That, so it's not like everybody in the anchorage is going to hear you.
Well, it depends. My wife always says I have the music too loud.
But the way the music angles in the boat, it may sound loud here, but outside the boat,
That's what I thought.
Doesn't
People
hear it,
walking
yeah.
on the dock don't even hear it, and it sounds really loud inside the
It's
boat.
like out there blasting.
They were really impressed with that.
One last thing, these things.
Oh yeah, we could show that.
Yeah, the boat
Just
comes
like-
with us.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'd say
These are really nice. They're waterproof,
Canvas, yeah.
but little snap-ons. Sometimes these things will come off.
Yeah.
You get them from Sailrite as who makes them. They're just glued on, but
They're not very expensive.
no. But
Sometimes they can be hard to snap.
Yeah.
they'll loosen up.
So
Actually,
this
make
one-
them recorder. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's what I think's cool,
Yeah.
because,
This one opens
And you
up.
have that on the
You
27.
have it on
We
yours
do.
too.
But it's a
yours
window.
goes down or
Yeah.
something a little bit.
no, it goes the same, but it's all window.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all
Oh,
right.
okay.
Oh, okay.
And then of course the seat.
Yeah, and then that goes down,
Yep.
so
Yeah.
for fishing or whatever.
Yeah, and that was something that the boat trader people said. What's cool about this boat is and your boat, everything's multifunctional.
Yes.
Yeah.
It does more than
Pack a
one
lot in a
purpose.
small package.
Yeah, because
Well,
each
yours is a big
item
package.
can do more than one. Does more than one.
Yeah.
We didn't even show this.
Yeah.
This is Martin's favorite area.
Easy access.
Yeah, and I'm not sure. I kind of like to be honest with you, the RT-27's location seemed easier to get to. But once you get used to it, that they're here instead of inside of there. It's got 2 parallels.
Yep, port and starboard engine on-off switches, the
Yeah.
house switch, bow thruster, stern thruster on-off switches, parallel between the engine and house banks, your stern thruster, fuse, bow thruster, fuse down there.
Right.
But the important thing is that's actually fairly easy to get to.
Yeah, you can stick your hand in there and switch them, but the location is different, and you get used to one boat, and then you change to another boat, and looking in the other area, in the quarterdeck area.
Boat comes with a galvanic isolator. That's really nice too. There's a galvanic isolator in there. Yep. Help prevent electrolysis from the horsepower. It's so neat and tidy too. I mean, you think about having outboards and there's no hoses that trip over. The steering's all interconnected. It's not the electric steering.
It's so new. It still has the labels, the labels on it.
But it's so neatly done. That way you're not tripping over anything, so you can walk on the transom.
Before on the 27, I could not reach down there to tie off the boat when we'd come in.
Oh.
Because there was, we had the dinghy and we had that contraption,
Yeah.
you know, that
We
could
had
put
the
stuff in
dinghy
there.
with the lift, which is a really good
And you
idea.
simply just, I couldn't get to it, and there wasn't a walkway on the 27.
The problem with the dinghy being right here is it constantly blocked our view when we were backing into our
that's
slip
right.
because we have a slip that you back into, similar to this. It's covered, and but this one you can walk around much easier, and you can see. Although we need to figure out what we're going to do about a dinghy, so I actually looked at the Zodiac over there, but Martin said it wasn't a dinghy.
No, it was a boat.
Center
It was a
console's
kit.
not a dinghy.
So I think it's exactly the same.
Yep. Just like that back with 27. Electric grill, which the generator, this will work.
Yeah, you can run the grill on the generator.
Yep.
Cool. And you have your little sink over there.
Hot and cold water in the back.
Yeah.
And then there's a live well somewhere.
Under here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it?
Yep. I got it.
So that's about it. There's
On the back side. And then these go out. Should we try putting one of these?
oh yeah, you guys don't have that on your boat.
No.
Sorry.
I
we
like
missed
these.
that.
Check it out.
Outer seats. What am I looking at? Okay.
There's a live well underneath. Bait well.
It's a live well?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can take the grill out
Yes.
and they can store fish or shrimp
Yeah, I think
or
it's seawater.
crabs. It's seawater,
Seawater, but I guess, if you have live bait, you know,
So we're demonstrating this. The way this works, LaZina and Mark, is it's got a little unbolted there, and then you lift, and like that. Straps keep it secure, plus the bracket. And you have seating for two here, two there, two behind you, 2, 4, 6, and somebody could sit here. Really?
Now you have a cushion that goes right there where your legs are, right? Like the 31 does, where the snaps are.
Is that what those cushions
Yeah,
are
there's
for?
little thin cushions.
Yeah, they're down there.
Yeah, they
We
go
didn't
right
know where
there.
they went.
And then they give you that extra padding.
Oh, that's where we couldn't
So you get a full seat.
figure this
See, and I don't even own the boat.
Teenagers out front or something.
Yeah, we thought it went up on the bottom seat.
Nope, it goes right there so you
that's
have your
great.
legs are.
Thank you. You guys are so full of
There's a
great
new boat.
knowledge.
It's like a week old.
I only know that because I watch Mike and Sarah on Salty Bliss do it all the time on their 31.
Okay. There, of course, are these the same as on the Ranger Tug, where Martin can hook up his crab pod, crab pullers, or shrimp. Yeah, Martin needs one of these boats, you know.
Yeah, I do. Wish I could collect them all. But,
Yeah. And then we got the extra bimini. Did the bimini
No,
come
that was
with
an
it?
extra. That was an option. The bimini because there's a
Keep
lot
it
of sun
covered.
in Virginia and Maryland in summer. So we really needed the protection of this bimini. We did not get the last boat on the Ranger Tug. We had what they call the Sundowner.
Sunshade,
It's
yeah.
called the Sundowner. That went. It was that
like a
part.
Oh.
Went around the bottom. We hardly ever
We used
used
it
it.
once,
We
took
used
it
it
out
once
once.
and said, "Well, we
Not
don't need
worth
that."
Zip in.
But we do need to upgrade to your router and Roku,
And that for the boat.
and we will do that as soon as we.
Thanks for the walkthrough of the Cutwater 32. Awesome boat, awesome ride. And how fast have you had it up so far?
So 52 miles per hour coming here. It's pretty scary.
And cruising speed, comfortable cruising.
I don't know.
It was
I never
comfortable.
cruise. I always
Judy's-
go fast.
Really? It was. I mean, there were, it was just still water. It was calm water. So even at 52, it was
I don't know what the.
Should be like 30, 35 miles.
You'll have to update us when you get it home and get using it.
Well, they told us at the Yamaha seminar we should keep it between 5,000 and 6,000 RPM, at least 10 minutes every day. So that's fast.
Blow the carbon.
That's fast.
So, well, cool, man. Anyway, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Oh, thank
Appreciate
you
it.
for helping us. Or movie stars.
So Coast Guard safety inspection, right? So Val was just asking about Coast Guard safety inspections. They're done by the U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary. It's not actually the Coast Guard necessarily does them. They actually have a sign-up sheet over here at the rendezvous where they're doing them, and they're never any charge. If you're at your home marina or whatever, if you go to the Coast Guard Auxiliary's webpage, there's a, how do I get an inspection? And they're in like all the main marinas and stuff to get them scheduled.
I mean, is it worth doing?
It is worth it. So here's why I say that you have a brand new boat, right? So you have all these little labels, these stickers are supposed to be on the boat about carbon monoxide and no discharge overboard for oils and stuff that have to be in the right spot. It takes about an hour and a half to do the inspection. There's no charge for them. If you fail them, you get no ticket. It's just all about making sure that you've got everything on the boat that you need. So in addition to all the correct placards, they'll look for fire extinguishers and the carbon monoxide sensors, and so forth. They'll look at all your paperwork, proof of insurance, registration. Make sure all that stuff's in order so that if you ever did get boarded, then you're not going to get the ticket. You already have everything covered. And anybody gets a brand new boat, even if it's a new to you boat, let's say it's a used boat but it's new to you, go do an auxiliary safety inspection. I do one about every other year on channel surfing. I just did mine up in Ganges, and once you complete it and you pass it, then they give you a sticker. It goes on your port side window. Then as you're out cruising, law enforcement will look in the port window, and if they see the sticker, they have a choice to make, right? They can say, I want an easy inspection, I'll pick that boat, or they can say, I don't want to waste my time, you go find somebody else that they want to write tickets to.
Yeah, makes sense.
So it's a good thing to do. I recommend, like I said, not necessarily every year because they change the color of the sticker every year, but brand new boat, definitely do it one time, just to make sure the manufacturer themselves didn't forget a sticker or anything.
Okay.
And they're going to show you where those stickers actually are on top of that too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'll go do that. I'll go sign up.
And they'll look at number of life jackets and stuff like that. Make sure you have all that on board too. So.
Yeah, good.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. Thanks, Mike. All right, so that's your Westerbeck generator right there.
Yeah.
So it sits back in there.
It's just back behind the fuel tank.
Behind the fuel tank. It's wonderful to have an engine generator. You don't have to worry about batteries, solar panels. If you need electricity, you turn your generator on. Yeah, it burns fuel, but not that much, really. Your whole panel on, every switch on, it can handle it.
And is that a 4-cylinder or 3 or?
I have to grab the manual. I don't want to. I know it's a Westerbeck, and that's a good brand.
It's a gas generator.
It's gasoline because I have a gasoline tank, and we kind of insisted on that because they used to supply diesel generators. We didn't want to have to fuel with both fuels, and every time we went to a fuel tank has a fuel stop. So they had problems a few years ago with some of the engine generators with the Environmental Protection Agency, and they went with this one this year. It's brand new, 2023. I'd have to grab the manual too.
That's all right. I just wanted to look and see
where we go.
Yeah, I built a shelf. All that's open now, and I built a shelf above the bilge pumps, and I put that boot or that basket back there. I put all my fishing gear in that. I just wanted to see, and I have a 10-gallon diesel tank, and so do you.
Yeah, I have. It pulls it right off the main tanks for the generator. It doesn't have a separate. It pulls the fuel off the I've got 300 gallons, 150,
Right.
100 pounds, and they're centered on the middle of the boat.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
We'd like to give a special thanks to Val and Judy for allowing us to invade their space at the Rendezvous and do a walkthrough of their brand new Cutwater 32 sedan, LE edition. Thank you so much. We so appreciate your help and your support. If you live in the Pacific Northwest and you're interested in getting a walkthrough done of your Ranger Tug or your Cutwater boat, go ahead and contact us at channelsurfing@nethkin.com, and that email address is in the description below. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed watching this video, click the screen to watch another.